I represent the third generation of my family food company. The company is founded in 1925 by my grandfather on the left, and he started with the production of hazelnuts. After 20 years, but he decided to stop to process hazelnuts because of the price, because they sold the hazelnuts before to sign the purchase agreement. So that's why the year that he expected to have a profit, he lost. Because the customer notes that the price of the raw material went down, and they started to do the claims. So he said, stop, I don't want to work anymore. Hazelnuts, and he started to process cherries. So what can I say? He did a good job. And with him is one of our old customers that helped him to improve this kind of business. In 1990, we had a bad crop in Italy and in Spain. And one customer called to my father, said, you have to go in Bulgaria because I know that there you can buy cherries, and we need cherries. But at that time, Bulgaria was not a no country. And my father said, okay, I go there. I will try to buy the cherries there. He bought the cherries. We put in brine solution. We shipped to Italy. And the quality was good. So we decided to continue to buy these cherries from Bulgaria. And we did it maybe 5 years. And then we decided to establish a company in Katunica. This is the picture of our company. We improved the business, but we had a problem. The problem was with the workers. Because of the season business, we were not able to guarantee a stable work to our workers. Because when we start, usually we start the crop at May, and we finish to process the fruit until January, February. So to resolve this problem, we had to choose. One, to increase the production of cherries, and the second one, to find another kind of products to be processed. And we decided to do the both. Today we process about 20,000 tons of fruit per year. And we started in 2003 to buy the land and to do our own plantations. Because we spoke with the growers, with our suppliers. We told them to do new plantation to improve this business of cherries. But some of them said, okay, but why I have to do it? You don't do it, why I have to do it? So we said, okay, no problem. We will do the same. And now, today, we have 400 hectares of plantation of cherries and plums. And in this plantation, we can understand which are the problems of the growers. And one of the problem is today the picking of the fruits. But we understood it before today because one day I went in the orchard to see how was going the crop, how was going the picking of cherries, and I found some workers that were picking the cherries seated on the ground. So it was an innovation. And he cut the branch of the tree and picked the cherry. So what I suggested was just the next time directly to cut the tree. It was easier. So when I go back in the office, we decided to do something. And today, we pick in our orchard the cherries and the prunes with our machine. That is easier, faster. But the point is that we are studying today how to do it considering the long distance, because the orchard is near the factory, so we can keep the quality of the fruit. So we are studying how to improve it and to do the same in the long distance. But we had a problem because, we increased the quantity of cherries that we processed, but at the same time, we saw that our cash flow was shorter. But not because of the investment, because they were planned, but because of the inventory, because every year we increased our inventory. And we couldn't understand why. So we started to analyze the supply chain, the competitors, and we saw that some of them were processing frozen fruits. So we focused on that, and really we understand that the problem was the quality of the fruits when it's more mature. Because when we start, they are ripe, then they are mature. But when they are more mature, are not good for the brine solution, because they became dark. But we had not enough market for second and third quality cherries. And so for this reason, we installed in the factory a line for the frozen fruits. In a few years, we reduced the inventory and we increased our sales. At the same time, to facilitate the work of our employees, we installed in the production process the optical sorter machines, because it was a more linear and homogeneous sorting process. And at the same time, we increased our productivity. When everything looks very good, we had 2 years ago a fire that destroyed half of one of our factories. And the whole department of frozen and dried fruits. And what we think in that moment was, we remembered my grandparents that said, take care of the employees. We repaired all the buildings in 8 months, and we no fire one employee. We kept all the employees. We restored the building, and we are working. Here is the factory today, restored. And and another point that I remember from my grandparents and my father say, always we have to take care first, and especially when we pay at the end of the month, first the employees, second the suppliers, third the banks and the other institutions, and fourth ourselves. So maybe the bank will be worried, but and about the environment, we installed a few years ago the solar system to reduce the emissions. And now we are increasing this kind of installation, and we expect until the end of the next year to be 100% green energy. At the same time, we use the pits that we remove from the cherries and the wood from pruning to produce steams that we use in our production processes. So from the fruits, from our raw materials, we have no waste. So we use 100% of the fruit. This is on the top our water treatment system. And the other one is a new one that we are building in another factory that will be anaerobic, biological with membranes. And we will reuse part of the treated water. We will produce fertilizer that will be used in our orchard and biogas. Here are my father one of my two brothers, the other one is in Italy, he managed the other company there, and me. It's important when we speak about initiatives related on ESG that is engaged the entrepreneurs and the top management. We are doing it maybe from 20 years, but we didn't know that it's related to ESG. Just we do it because it's in our corporate culture. Because we have to take care of the environment, on the social aspect, internally and outside the company. We, for example, as a general social initiatives, we repair a church in Momensko. We built a church in Katunica. And there are other initiatives that we promote with the kids of the family house in Bulgaria. We help them. But the point is to work also on the governance of the company. Because when the company grows and change during the life, it's important to focus also on the structure. That's why today we are writing our family agreement that will be a guide for us and for the new generation. But it's not only we need to write how we have to work, but it's important also to include the new generation, the young people, the young generation in the company, to see what we do and how and why we do it. I want to conclude with this picture to say that we can take care of the environment. We can promote all initiatives that preserve environment, that support the social growth, and at the same time we can be competitive and sustainable as a company. Thank you.